Why are you here?
I am here because my ex-husband is suing me for an op-ed I wrote. I struggle to find the words to describe how painful this is. This is horrible. To sit here for weeks, relive everything. We were secretly dating. It was beautiful. I felt like this man knew me and saw me in a way that no one else had. I felt he understood me.
Remember the first time that he physically hit you?
Yes. Seemingly so stupid. I will never forget it. It changed my life. I was sitting on the couch and we were talking. We were having a normal conversation. There was no fighting, no argument, nothing. He was drinking and I didn't realize at the time, but I think he was using cocaine because it was like there was a jar. You know, he's drinking and we're talking and he's smoking cigarettes and we're sitting next to each other on the couch. I asked him about the tattoo he has on his arm. And to me, it just looked like black marks. I didn't know what it said. And I said, what does it say? And he said it says wino. And see that, I thought he was joking. Because it didn't look like it said that at all. And I laughed. That simple. Slapped me across the face. I laughed because I didn't know what else to do. I thought this must be a joke because I didn't know what was going on. I stared at him, kind of laughing. You know, slapping, backhanding. You're walking on eggshells. Nothing you're doing is kind of right, but you don't know what you're doing wrong. Would shift from a rumor he had heard that I was with a friend, or I had been photographed standing too close to a male person. That was a person I had had something with, and I was lying to him. Accusations, and then he would explode. It started with throwing things, destroying the property, and screaming at me. I remember the screaming at me was the worst because I kind of always felt like I had done, you know, I had to defend myself. He'd grab me by the hair or he'd grab me by the arm, face, pull me into him, scream at me that way. He'd smash things around me. Then he would smash things very close to me. And then he would just hit me. It started with slapping. It got like repetitive slaps where he'd hold me. I'm saying, did you drink this whole thing? He is telling me that I can't control him anymore. Really, you know, if I really wanted to, take it. And then he's like taunting me to take the bottle from him. Like he does that 2 or 3 times. I reach for it, he'd revoke it, and laugh at me. I pick it up and I slam it down on the ground right in between us. I smash the bottle on the floor. I start screaming. I don't know if he backhanded me or hit me, but I remember it sent me down to the ground. By the time I picked myself off the floor, I got a bottle in his hand, threw it at me. It missed, but at some point he had a broken bottle up against my face, neck area. He told me he'd carve up my face. I just remember him having me by the nightgown, throwing me around, and he's throwing these bottles one after the other, and I can feel glass breaking behind me. At one point, he has me up against the wall and he's punching the wall. Had my, nightgown, and it kind of ripped it off my chest. At one point, he's teasing me, taunting me that he has my breasts in his hands, naked, slipping around on this tile, screaming at me that he hates me, that it ruined his life. He's like grabbing my breasts, he's touching my thighs, he rips my underwear, proceeds to do a cavity search. He said he was looking for his drugs, his cocaine, his coke, telling me we're gonna conduct a cavity search. Just shoved his fingers inside me.
Come a time that you went for a ride you went to the Bahamas and went on a ride the yacht with Johnny and his kids?
We flew out to the Bahamas to his island. He was selling the yacht to J.K. Rowling, and he wanted to kind of have a goodbye trip. Went with him and his kids, who I had quickly developed a bond with and loved. Johnny was upset that he had to sell the boat, but he didn't want to tell his kids, so he was hiding it from them. He was putting it in coffee cups and drinking, and the behavior just kind of like, he was upset, he was emotional. How he dealt with it, just drink. There's just no off button with Johnny. He just kept drinking, and the behavior kept getting more obviously drunk. And Lily Rose, his daughter at the time, was young, just like maybe 14. She started to get panicky, started to ask me questions about his drinking, and was very upset. Johnny we were with the kids, and he kind of threw himself off the boat in a half playful way. Well, he jumped off the front of it, but kind of in a chest forward way. It looked a little scary, the way his body fell into the water. Lily Rose started to cry, and the crying becomes like a panic, like rapid breathing, crying. Lots of questions. I'm holding her, kind of comforting her, and Johnny comes in. Within a few seconds, I realize that he, kind of shifted his attention on me, and then he seemed very angry. He asked Lily Rose to leave. Looks at me, leaves, crying. Johnny, I don't remember the words he used, but starts accusing me of kind of like telling on him. I was actually trying to protect Johnny. It didn't feel like my place at all to share that with his daughter or anyone at the time, other than adults who might help with it, but not his kids. I was trying to tell him I was just trying to comfort her. I was trying to protect you. Basically was accusing me of doing this thing and of making them aware of that he was drinking again. And he slams me up against the side wall, slams me up by my neck, holds me there for a second, and tells me that he could kill me. Next thing we do is we call for a helicopter to come and take us off of the boat, or off of the island. So I'm holding Lily Rose literally holding her under my arm while she's crying, and we're lifting off. And Jack ended up not coming with us at the last minute. He stayed behind. I felt awful leaving him. I also felt like I had done something